it into town on the bitumen about 7 at night, and now we got to try and find a caravan park. Goog and Julie's caught up with Joe and got our spot allocated. We just got to work out how to get in there now. That's their hospital coming through there on the left. Pretty big hospital out here. Suppose they need one. They're a bit isolated. Can't swim out of here either. You get eaten for your trouble. Coming into the main gates of town there, all these buildings here, they're accommodation things for the workers. I had it parked in the road again. Oh, excuse me. And we've got to turn in here at this BP. We had to go back through the BP driveway and go in there where that ice machine is and then come out and line up at the gate. Bit of a mission to get in here, parking up here in the dark and stuff, but anyway, we got here. No parking in the driveway, says up there on the sign. Obviously not many people can read.
Now imagine trying to get the van in there.
Yeah.
Just about press the button. Oh, do you? Green button.
Well, we finally caught up with Jo, our long-time friend from 40 odd years ago. She's going to take us for a bit of a local knowledge guided tour around the place.
Right, you can either turn left or right, whichever one you want.
Which way you want to go?
Go that way. Go right.
You're the boss. GPS, whatever. Google.
I can walk a bit down side the road.
This thing here is a tourist bus, and they take people to all these Aboriginal spots and everything. Apparently, it's about 15,000. And they clampers down the back. You know, they have these big flash tents. Right.
We passed one single overhead now.
Yeah, and he told us the road was good.
Just one spot, you've got a couple of big dusty holes past something, otherwise we're good. Forget hell, 874 was bad.
Truck drivers will to the right on it.
Yeah, he said to us, yeah.
He was the other way. He reckoned it was rough, but no one near as bad as the other shit.
We got here to the left, Joe.
Oh, yeah, Indigenous.
Oh.
Lovely. Oh, no. Shops, Woolworths down there.
All in that
chemists,
yeah,
yep.
okay.
Left.
Yeah. So we just walked straight across the road to Woolworths.
Yep.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, most of the things are here. Right. These are all government buildings and stuff, you know. Yeah, housing and stuff. School.
Where do they put all their water from?
There's a, I don't know, you have to ask Mick because he knows all about it. Something from somewhere, but it's really nice water. You can drink it out of the tap. Right here. And just keep going till I tell you. most of them.
Other ones the government owns. So.
Yeah, yep. That's my street next. We're not going there.
Just by park up.
No, we're not going there though. But
That's the street.
that's
we're
my
going.
street down there. They've got that "Are you okay?" walk
Yeah.
today
Yeah.
on the beach,
Oh, right.
and they end up here at the golf club.
Oh, the golf club. Oh,
Mm.
right. They're doing just a fundraiser thing.
And what if you're not?
Well, it's kind of just like yeah.
That's what
I'll be.
That's what Eddie's, I think. Remember, wasn't Walker supposed to be good there back? Yeah.
Over there. There.
Any canopies?
No. I wasn't going near any. I was only going just here. I'm not going all the way right. Back.
Cracks in the window. That from the trip.
No. Oh, the little one is, but
One underneath the crack.
the big long one not.
Yeah, I got a chip.
Some of these are there, they're down in Bull or somewhere. Never got any coming in here.
No, we can get it coming here. Where do we hit those ones? That's
Yeah, around Bull on
around
the,
Boulia, between Boulia and Mount Isa.
there was one on the biggest, longest, straightest stretch of this sort of Barclay Homestead. Yeah, bitumen, fucking 50 k's long, and a road train come past and through and walk. Poof. Stopped me bar fridge up. Gonna wipe the outside down with a rag.
Too hot.
Wait till I get back.
Excuse me. So, do they have to be members to go into the golf club?
No.
They don't.
No.
I was wondering about that. Locals.
Yeah. Well, no, they're definitely not members. It's actually a nice place. It's nice to go there for a meal,
Nice.
you know. Yeah. Just a bit far out of town. You got to catch a taxi.
Yeah, I see the taxi ripping.
$10 all
Fastest
round
last
town.
night, how many?
It's $10 all round town.
I reckon there's one fee that's
Yeah, but once you go out of town, it's like, you know, more. Probably $35 to get out to the boat club.
Oh,
Yeah, well, if you get a maxi taxi and you've got 5 people, that's all right, you
not
know.
too bad, yeah.
All right, you've got to turn right up here. A lot of rights, isn't there?
What is
Right turns.
Pretty coloured rocks.
Alcohol, pretty area. Right with their colours now, Virgin, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so's all the islanders are.
Oh, yeah.
Big
Heaps of-
birds for a drink.
And when you see the black cockatoos, that's when you know it's going to be raining. Apparently, they come out.
Don't say there
They
was
might have been crows. Big
If you
fire.
see black cockatoos, it means there's a tree fruit somewhere. And that's why it been rain, because it's a seasonal thing.
That's it. Shit, do I turn right? Do I turn left?
Aye.
So I thought, well, I think that way going left is taking me to the beach.
Aye, right.
The other one probably was too, but...
Now we just keep going straight. And this is a little Aborigine community right on the beach. You know, they get the best spots for the shitty houses. Well, they were good houses.
Shit there. He's supposed to be doing 60 k's.
Hey,
And he's supposed to be doing 60 k's.
That's called Birrijimmy, which is called Wallaby Beach.
Nice spot.
Now, I don't know which way to take you first, doesn't matter. Keep going straight. And this is the this called the Overlander. Comes from the mine. That's how the bauxites comes through. Yeah. Oh, you would have done that other one up the other end. Yep.
you went under the road.
Yeah. Yep. Used to be the brickworks, I think. And when Mick first came, the 3 stacks used to be the boilers, what do you call them? Steam and turbine, or turbine boiler things. That's where you stockpile of the bauxite. See that horrible looking thing there? They built that, and then it was supposed to get rid of the caustic or something, and they realised that they had to have a 20-kilometre zone around it, you know, without people, so it was just built and nothing done with it. Looks like a bloody space station.
Yeah, and the people responsible for that wouldn't even got a smack on the wrist.
Eh?
The people responsible for doing all that wouldn't have got no consequences.
No.
Wouldn't
No,
have got
that's all by 2028. This is all going to be stripped down. See all the scrap metal all getting broken down. Yep. It's got to be left just like Aboriginal land. Yep.
The whole lot.
The whole lot. Yep.
So there'll be no mine in there.
Well, the bauxite will be still going through, but there'll be just all the other areas, some different areas that they don't use. You know, for the caustic and all that. They used to have the caustic things and all that.
Right.
They don't use that anymore. So.
Okay.
And there's a pond out here where they used to have caustic in it, and they're just trying to work out how to get rid of the caustic, you know.
Yeah.
So this is where Mick works. He works out here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. He's in the power station, but it's just run by what do you call it, generators now. Go up and turn left.
Oh. Goodness.
This is where our barge comes in over here. Barge comes in twice a week. That's why we have shitty vegetables. Yeah, we went to Adelaide one day. Mick picked up a piece of broccoli. He said, "And look at this broccoli, Joe. It's green." It was so funny. Must be spare. No, for scrap metal. Oh, that's the jetty. We'll have a look at that.
Park anywhere in particular?
Yeah, down there somewhere.
There?
Or there, or, yep, wherever.
Yeah, look at this. One fish and chip spot.
And this, you know, this is where a lot of people just go fishing, and you can get coral trout and everything. Don't know about red emperor, but coral trout and different fish.
That's a good fishing spot. This is the wharf where the barges come in at Nhulunbuy. And I've just been informed we catch coral trout out in there. One boat just come back. One over here getting washed up. It's the bauxite area somewhere. All the tourists over here with the camera. Ah, did he? Not a bad looking spot. All that over the other side of the island, over the other side there, that's apparently all Aboriginal owned. Probably all off bounds, I don't know for sure, but yeah. The bars there. See, definitely boat paradise, but getting the boat in here, my God. 700 k's is the worst corrugation. Wouldn't be the worst in the world, but it's getting there. All that beautiful water and you can't get in it. We've got this pretty handy setup here for washing your boat on the right on the top of the boat ramp at the harbour thing, but apparently you've got to be a member of the boat club to use it.
Respectfully, Alden.
This here used to be an old crocodile farm
Crocodile farm.
that the Aborigines used to run,
Yeah.
and they just up and left it, just, you know, they got trash, so I reckon there's still crocodiles in there, but
I suppose with the until
yeah, well that's it.
got no access.
Okay, no, I wouldn't go in there.
Have to turn around.
Used to be able to come down here, but I don't know what they do. They employ all the people to do something with the big ships. With the big ships and stuff, and some of the men go down and tie the ships up and whatever. Some will go down and get the sunset, and then on your side where you camped, you get the sunrise.
So you'd have to get up here early in the morning and then you get the sunrise.
Oh,
Sunset right
how's me this morning? I said to Mick, right, as soon as I drop you off, I'm going back to bed. Anyway, took the dog for a drive. Got back home and the dog wouldn't come, and I went outside and one of Trent's mates, they were on the piss last night, was laying on the ground there, asleep. I said, hey mate, come in and up on the couch. I said, look, do you want me to drop you home? So I drove him home, and then I thought, oh my God, you know, I just want to go back to sleep. Anyway, so I got home, and then the freaking dog across the road was harassing my dog, so I thought, oh, I'll put you inside so you don't run away. And then another 20 minutes later, I thought, Jesus Christ, I'm never going to be able to go to sleep. And finally, I just let the dog out, and I thought, you can run the streets, I don't care now. So then I went back to bed and had a good sleep, kind of. could just drive in there, have a quick look. Maybe.
Rob must have discovered his license back there.
Oh, I know why there's so many cars. Bloody, the markets. Yeah, you could just drive down to the ramp thing. See, that's your caravan park where these would have stayed if you had got in there. Vaccine clinic. Yeah, Asian fish and chips.
At the vaccine clinic there.
The vaccine clinic as well. 12 years in over. 12? Yes, yeah, there's been 12 now. They're using it for many things. They can't tell me that they were told to prove it.
Look behind you, or do you go straight past?
No, he didn't get it yet. So I said he must have discovered his belly's down there.
They might have driven into the. Have a look. Ski
Probably
beach.
did, but I wasn't allowed to.
Anyway, different islands, Mare Island and Mystery Island and stuff. Anyway, they have some markets that they can see. Anyway, oh well, on the islands, you know, buy type thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially cruise ships.
Yeah.
Those places.
What's the story? What's the name of that place you get permits from? Northern Lands Council, is it?
To travel the Central Armand Road to Nhulunbuy, you need to get a transit permit, and you get that from Northern Land Council.
Those places.
It is free and it's easy to get, sort of. You can get it on the internet, do it all over the internet, and that's providing you've got good internet service and you're not on the road without it. Or, yeah, we did try. We'll try to do that. Something kept happening. But we went into the actual Northern Land Council office in the main street of Catherine. And a young bloke there behind the counter helped us do it. We still did it online, but he helped us log in and showed us and told us what we had to do and click and whatnot. And he took their, because you've got to have ID. Every person travelling has got to supply ID. He then sends all that information into Nhulunbuy itself, to the council office in Nhulunbuy, because they're the one that's got to issue the permits. And they actually did it online. I think they emailed the permits to you. Oh, that's right. We had to have the caravan park booked before you did a booking, camping booking, whatever, before you did the permit. So you got to do that first before you can apply for the permit. But apart from that, nobody looked at it. But I think it's. Yeah, I just booked it at Walkabout and got a proof of booking for that, and I mean, it was sort of easier going into the office than trying to do it online, because he told us what to say, what not to say, or what to fill in, what not to fill in. So I think it was easier doing it that way.
Those places.
Yeah, my sister's doing childcare. I was trying to finish it off. and she's having trouble with one of the exercises or modules. Maybe she should talk to you and compare notes.
Yeah, and I had to do studies.
Oh, yeah.
So funny, because I left school when I was 15 and I'd never ever studied in my life. Then I had to do this studies for childcare, and I had to do this part on Aboriginal Islanders and everything, which was really good because, you know, like I had to watch a movie, so I ended up watching Rapid Fence and my opinions on about that, you know. So I did all that, and anyway, there was one part that I had to do a 200-word essay. So I said to my assessor, I said, I've never ever done an essay. The only essay I've ever done with 200 words is I must not smoke in the music room on the blackboard. And she just cracked up laughing. This takes you back into town. This is kind of like a block thing.
Secrets in there.
That used to be where they called it G3 when they built that conglomeration. That used to have dongers and dongers and dongers and dongers, you know. They used to even have a bar over there, and that was, I think, between 2006 and I'm not quite sure. It was a huge camp.
Yep.
And then they just got rid of all the demountables and everything. They should have kept them there for this closing down of the thing. This is what we call south. That's that south area. Oh, turn here, left. Sorry. Yeah. The bakery over there. Bakery, I'll show you. Right. There's Gove Toyota, and there's the bakery next door to it. Yep, and then there's a hardware down here, and there's a post office, down there. Yep. Yep.
I think Goog reckons he's got one anyway.
Hey?
Goog's got a spare one anyway, I think. Yeah. Nice clean job.
Yeah, it's only just been done. It took me about 3 years. Yeah. I mean, it was a good, the hospital was there before, but it was pretty old, so they just renovated it. Yeah.
How many people are here all the time?
Oh God, I wouldn't have a clue now. Yep.
Okay.
Don't know, probably, say 4,000 whites, I think, maybe less. Less. He did about maybe 3,000. I don't know. Used to be about 4,000 white people, you know.
Okay.
But see, you've got people coming in all the time, and
If they were doing this nowadays, they would have none of this. They'd have that camp and that weird. They'll fly in, fly out. Would be absolutely none
and
of this.
on your left, that is where I work.
Ah, okay.
Just that little building.
Care services, okay. We come for breakfast.
Yeah. You like fruit?
Oh, shit, what do we
fruit
get for
toast?
breakfast?
Fruit, and then fruit toast and.
See, dump.
And that's your whole block of, you know,
Town block.
town centre.
Looks a bit easier in the daylight.
A lot of fly and fly outs go into these places. It's called Gove House. You're going for a tiki tour, are you?
There we are.
Hey?
Where are you going to go?
Well, it's just past your house. But you can go and have a look at the surf club. When we first come here, we used to live in these flats. They're that bloody, yeah. They're that bloody cold. It's freezing, yeah.
Cold?
Yeah, because the aircons, they're inducted aircons. Oh, We used to live in that second one.
Okay.
That's where they play the footy and have fireworks and whatever they have there.
Where's that?
Back there.
No, yeah, anyway.
Just straight down here.
That's Mr. Collins there. A storage unit.
That's all your sheds. Everybody gets allocated a shed each.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh, if you live in those flats.
Yeah. So where we were at East Woody,
Yep.
this is where these guys would have started walking from. This is the surf club. This is where you see the sun come up. It's basically, yeah.
Similar to me surfing here, ain't it? So many crappy dogs.
Yeah, this only opens every Friday night. What they do is they've got chairs and tables. You just grab your chair and you fold down table and take it out and sit on wherever you want. It's quite good.
Sit anywhere.
Yeah. But they only open it Friday nights. They're trying to get it to open Saturday. See, the thing is that all the people that serve behind the bar are volunteers
Sunday?
and they can't get the But see, it might be because the markets are on out the other way.
Oh, okay. Might be over.
Mm.
So can you just get down on the beach there, or you got to
Yep.
go? Yeah, that's for it.
Yeah. And that little track takes you right to the end, Buffalo Creek it's called. But they've seen quite a few crocs down there, so I wouldn't be going down
Yeah,
there.
go down there and look, mate.
You can have a look and sit in your car.
What's that street?
That's another track down there. Same track. It just meets up together.
Ends up the same place.
Mm.
Mm.
Next guy over there.
That'll be lovely for all the what do you call them? All the what's that balloons? Oh. Well,
Your house, you had to apply for a house? Or?
well, because my son wasn't living with us, and he'd moved down to Sydney.
Yep.
We were in there because there was only two of us.
Yep.
If he had been with us and he was under 18, we would have got allocated a house. At that time, there was no houses. But when they stopped producing the aluminium and just did the bauxite, we were allowed to, couples were allowed to be allocated a house, and it was so good. But we were in there for 4 years.
Oh, right, okay.
They're not bad little flats, but they're just freezing.
Stick a bit of cardboard over the vent.
Yeah, well, I used to leave the door open. I'm not allowed to because the condensation, And they used to do a check. Oh, I can see some people's caravans there.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Something's been there.
Queensland plates too. Come a long way.
At least it's not New South Wales. I think it's only one. You always say, oh,
Well, where we going now?
thank you.
Back here.
Where you get that? Well, you
My
got
car's there.
Oh, will you get off point? Fucking dial, mate. You else? Side town.
We've got it. Put your dog figure in before you get Oh, there you go. I don't know. Just asking.
Oh, the petrol station closed on Saturday at 4. Saturday and Sundays at 4.
Blonde Queensland.
Isn't it that round thing? Oh no. Maybe she has to go through the gate and she found it.
No, that's just a sensor to keep the gate open, I think.
Oh.
Where they put the numbers in the gate?
Maybe you have to go over there and go through there and come round. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't see where they're.
We're just knocking over.
You're out to go.
Well, they probably know that open gate.
This lady's coming to the rescue. Lois!
it?
Jesus.
That'd been the first. That's the first place I would have looked. To get through here before it starts to go down. That's exactly where I would have looked.
Well, I would never look there for it.
Yeah, that's the first place I would have looked.
Yeah.
I would have went straight there.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you,
And
guys.
on that note, and seeing as we've all been over and got our liquor permits, you've got to go over to the council office thingy and apply for a liquor permit and show your licence. Anywhere in the territory, you have to show your licence to get to buy grog. And if you come up on the no grog list, you can't get it anywhere in the territory. So we all had to go over and get our liquor permits. And as soon as we carry a karaoke machine under the bed of the van, that looked like it was time for a party. So let's talk into her.
As I walk down Torrey Street, yeah, now you know how happy I can be. When I'll go dance and dance without a dollar or one to spend. But how much, baby, do we really need? Daydream believer and a homecoming queen. Jesus, liberty. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Jesus, liberty. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Nick and Joe, daydream believer, Georgine.
Used to be June until
these guys come over and call me Joe. It was beautiful. That was so beautiful.
You did a great job with your
Hey, Jean, Joe's only Aussie for Jean anyway, isn't it?
Oh, well, yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Walk away. That's all I want to say. Come on, baby, give me a while. I wanna know you be my girl. Hey, baby, ooh, I wanna know you be my girl. Come on now, come on. Hey. Don't you know you're turning me on? I know that it's wrong. I can't guess on the pain inside it, baby. Love really hurts without you. Love really hurts without you. And it's breaking my heart, but what can I do? Baby, baby, love really hurts without you. Love really hurts without you. And it's breaking my heart, but what can I do without you? Ooh, you walk like a dream and you make like a queen of the action. Using every trick in the book. Wait, really something to sing on. You treat like a lie, you press every guy that you fancy. Don't you know you turned me on? And hit me inside. I can't help but pain inside me, baby. Love really hurts without you. Love really hurts without you. And it's breaking my heart, but what can I do? Baby, baby, love really hurts without you. Woohoo! Love. Love really hurts without you. Love really hurts without you. And it's breaking my heart. What can I do, baby? Love really hurts without you. Love really hurts without you. And it's breaking my heart. But what can I do?